Welcome back to another episode of 40 Facts About the 40K Universe. I am your host Gershwan, and today we're going to continue talking about ancient human civilizations as we get into the Auretian Technocracy. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. We post Warhammer 40K lore videos every single day. If you have any suggestions, please comment down below. And if you enjoy our content, thank our patrons on Patreon. It is because of them that we can do this. Link in the description if you guys want to support us. But with that said, let's get into 40 facts on the Auretian Technocracy. The Auretian Technocracy was a technologically advanced and peaceful independent human civilization scattered across several star systems in the Milky Way galaxy, but it centered on their capital world of Horus. The Technocracy had been founded during the isolation of the Age of Strife and reached its height in the early 31st millennium. Its technology was at a level equivalent to that of the Imperium of Man at the time of the Great Crusade, and in some respects it was even more advanced, as the Auretians had access to several standard template construct databases that were not in Imperial hands. These standard template constructs were advanced, artificially intelligent computer data storages and fabrication systems. They were designed to provide construction details for human colonists during mankind's early interstellar expansion across the Milky Way galaxy. This technology enabled colonists to build efficient shelters, power generators, and transports without any technological knowledge and using almost any locally available materials. When the 63rd Expeditionary Fleet of the Great Crusade, under the direct control of War Master Horus and the Sons of Horus, made first contact with the Auretian Technocracy, Horus was already planning to unleash his great rebellion against the Emperor of mankind. By this time, late in the Great Crusade, Horus had been healed of the terrible wound he had suffered on the moon of Davin after making the deal with the Chaos Gods to overthrow the Emperor. As part of the preparation required for the massive interstellar civil war, Horus needed to gain the backing of the Adeptus Mechanicus, as without the logistical, military, and material aid that the Mechanicus could provide, no war against the Imperium's loyalists could be won. After first contact was made with the Technocracy by both the Sons of Horus' 63rd Expeditionary Fleet and the World Eater Legion's 203rd Expeditionary Fleet, Horus invited the Technocracy's leader, the Fabricator Council, Emroy Salignac, aboard his flagship, the Vengeful Spirit, under the guise of opening peaceful diplomatic relations between the Imperium and the Technocracy. The Fabricator Council, who made use of the augmetic enhancements much like the Mechanicus Tech Adepts, was accompanied by the Auretian elite warriors, who were also known as the Brotherhood, and they were dressed in power armor and made use of bolter weapons similar to that of the Space Marines, though they were clearly not genetically enhanced humans and carried no magazines in their bolters. As soon as the Fabricator Council arrived aboard his vessel, in the course of his welcoming remarks, Horus asked the leader if his people had developed their advanced technology that was so much like the Imperium's own knowledge, gleaned from the STC databases. When the Fabricator Council answered in the affirmative, Horus then immediately turned his bolter pistol upon the leader and blew out the back of his head. The Sons of Horus then slaughtered the Brotherhood warriors who had accompanied their leader. Horus justified this action by claiming that the Fabricator Council's staff contained weapons with which the Auretians planned to assassinate Horus to prevent the Imperium from conquering their world. This was an outright lie created by Horus to justify the imperial conquest of the planet and the acquisition of the STC technologies. This action initiated a 10-month-long war between the Imperium and the Technocracy that would ultimately draw in the Sons of Horus, the World Eaters, and the Emperor's Children legions. The Astarte legions laid siege to Horus, and after months of slaughter, the last bastion of the Auretian resistance, known as the Iron Citadel, finally fell to the Imperial forces after a two-pronged assault led by the Sons of Horus and the World Eaters, who were led on the field by their Primarch Angron. During the course of this conflict, Horus began the process of turning his legion against the Emperor, identifying those loyalists who had not turned against the Imperium to follow him into the rebellion, and forging links amongst the other Primarchs who were willing to join him in turning traitor. After the fall of the Iron Citadel, Horus met with Regulus, the tech priest who represented the Mechanicus in the 63rd Expeditionary Fleet, and promised to deliver all of the recovered STC databases from the planet into the Mechanicus' hands, in return for the Mechanicus' support for his rebellion. Regulus eagerly accepted the bargain and then offered to serve as Horus's envoy to the Fabricator General, Kelbor Hall, of the Mechanicus of Mars. In this way, the War Master's conquest of the Auretian Technocracy represented the first major step along a path of treachery that would unleash the horrors of the Horus heresy upon the galaxy. And those were 40 facts on the Auretian Technocracy. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank our patrons on Patreon. It's because of them that we can continue to create videos. If you guys want to support us, the link is down in the description. It's just $1 a month. Thank you guys for listening. I'll talk to you tomorrow. This was Gersh1 with One Mind Syndicate signing out.
Always used to put my freedom first in any situation.